Hello, guys, and maybe you can hear me, maybe you can't, and my damn camera did it again. Oh, okay, so this is a really, 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 really shitty, yep, it's a really shitty camera that I have on this damn thing, so I'm going to hopefully try and see if I can get this running. It's going to pop back and forth, maybe, I don't know. My camera keeps cutting out on me, so I have to keep restarting it. I am on a very crappy laptop. It's about 5 years old. It's one that I've brought out, and it's running pretty much a i3 um, thing in there. So it really doesn't do well in handling anything in regards to video or whatnot. I'm gonna have to buy myself a new laptop when I can afford it, so I can do things like this. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? So, a couple of weeks ago, I left a little bit of an update of what's going on. And as you see, I am not in my own home right now. I'm actually in my parents' place. They're living in an apartment right now, and well, my mom's in the apartment right now. And they've been here for the past year. Funny thing about this apartment building is that one of my best friend's fathers lived in this apartment building for many, many years ago. And I actually had it where I've been in this apartment and I know it all too well. It's kind of scary. They still have the same countertops they did like 25 years ago. So, yeah, needless to say, it's quite interesting. So, why am I out in Victoria? Why have I been here for so long? What's been going on? Well, these answers are easy. My father's in the hospital right now. He's still there after he fell ill 2 weeks ago. I guess almost 3 weeks ago now. Um, so he was sitting, well, actually, he was sitting in the chair behind me there, and he turned to my mom and said that he doesn't feel that he's going to be getting out of this, and went into a seizure, um, or what they call, yeah, pretty much a seizure. So his stomach started convulsing and whatnot. It's not pretty. It's due to what's been happening of the cancer. So he had went into the hospital, and he has now starting to lose all track of time. Um, he was in there for 4 days in pretty much kind of like a comatose state, where he would state that he was pretty much, well, on Alpha Centauri. Let's go and tell you the whole thing. He was on Alpha Centauri. He was in a spaceport in Alpha Centauri for a little bit. The guy loves Isaac Asimov's books, and pretty much his mind went somewhere where there's no pain, which is a funny thing. So he was there in the ER for about 4 days, and then they finally got him a room. Over those 4 days, my mom said that I should probably come out, or I can wait, or anything else like that. Uh, and the way he was doing things, the way things were happening, he was in a daze and sleeping lots, and he was having a really hard time doing what he could do, which was pretty much living. So he was in and out of consciousness, and very, very sort of just, he was there. He was there and he wasn't there. It was pretty much the drugs they had him on that kept him very sedated, I guess, and very tired. And so my mom pretty much said, "Look, you can stay if you want. I have no problems with that, or we feel that you should come out now. I already had booked a flight for March 1st to March 6th to come out to see what was going on, and I moved up my flight date to pretty much last Wednesday or last Thursday. So I've been here for a week, and I have been seeing what my dad's been up to. And sorry, I'm just gonna put this on my phone so I can see the chat. And it seems like I can't see the chat on. I have one single screen, so if you guys got things to say, I'll see it here. Hey, John, how you doing? Anyways, so from there, pretty much, he's been in a private room. He's been kind of sedated, and my mom decided that we are going to put him into comfort care. What does comfort care mean? It pretty much means that he doesn't get any food. They don't really give him any liquids. He doesn't get anything through his IV, and he pretty much is very much in a comfort zone for the rest of his days. He has no mobility on his left side right now, which is really infuriating to him. He really, really, really wants to get out of bed. And so he's been telling people not to tell, he's been telling people, don't tell me what to do, don't tell me how to do this. And he's been saying that he can get out. All he needs is that thing that you can lift yourself out on and whatnot. And one day we turned and said, well, it's fine. Okay, if you want to be that way, if you want to be so stubborn, then do me a favor and wiggle your left fingers and toes. By God, the man did it. He can't move any part of his body, but he did it. He wiggled his toes and he wiggled his fingers. But he didn't move his hands or anything. It's just, yeah. So he's been in the hospital, having spasms on his left side every now and then. They're kind of calm yesterday, which is kind of nice. And he's been asking about things, which it's understandable. There's a lot of things that he has left that he needs to get done. So we're trying to work on that as well. Cancer's horrible. Like, it really is. It really messes with you, your family, your friends. He's had a lot of support come in. A lot of his friends have come in and talked to him and sort of visited with him. Families come in from the mainland and visited with him and stuff. He's had a lot of support. In a little bit, his lunch group that meets every Thursday is going to come in and see him. His old bandmates from Ruckus, who he recently joined that band before he got ill. He was with them for about 6 months, and then he got ill and he couldn't play anymore. They came in to visit him. They got him to sign some of the calendars that they have as mementos. The hard part for him is he's left-handed, so he was unable to sign with his left hand. So he had to sign with his right hand. So it was kind of brutal. And yes, I agree. Fuck cancer. Like I said, I'm watching the chat on this side because, like, if I move this, my camera all of a sudden says, "Nope, we're too much stuff going on, turning off." So he's had a lot going on. I've been dealing myself. I'm doing okay right now. The second or third day I was here, I broke down. I couldn't see my dad in the hospital, and I left. Took my wife to calm me down, which is, phoning me. I phoned her. She phoned me right away and calmed me down, which is nice. Yeah, I've got some friends have been helping me out. They gave me lunch. One actually fed me over on Sunday. Asked me if I want to come over for Sunday dinner. I did. I've been going out and having lunches at different places like the Penny Farthing, Moon Underwater, just sort of abiding my time. Went down to one of my favorite places, Willows Beach, and had a breakfast there. Sunday morning they had a breakfast, and it was, what was it? It was pretty much a nice little breakfast overall. I had it was pancakes and something else, and it was overlooking the ocean at Willows Beach there, and it was like $12 for it. It was kind of nice. It was for the Kiwanis Club, so I have no problem supporting them. They every year do the Oak Bay Tea Party on the beach there, and they it's pretty much nonprofit, which is kind of nice. Uh, yeah. So there's there's a lot of things that are going on around here. It is kind of touch and go. We're waiting for my dad to have a bed in hospice. Um, when they moved him to a semi-private room. So he was on the fifth floor, and then they're like, "Well, we need the bed, so we're moving him to the third floor, which is overpopulation and pretty much where some of the people that have drug habits are on one of the sides, and heart patients are on the other side." And they put him in in a semi-private with a guy who can't breathe properly and whatnot. And it was a rough night because my mom went and saw him, and he was pretty much figured out how to lift the bed. So his head was pretty much at a 90-degree angle, and he was slumped over. And I don't know how long he was there for, but none of the nurses saw him. So he had an uncomfortable night that night, and my mom lost it. She absolutely lost it. She went off on the nurses, and she was so upset that, yeah, they got him a private room pretty quickly. That's for sure. They actually swapped out the guy that was in the private room to the semi-private so he could have a private room. I'm not complaining. In all honesty, I'm not complaining. Uh, but overall, yeah, we're waiting for a hospice bed right now. Um, and it's touch and go with him. He wants things. He wants to see how other things are. He wants us to take pictures. Um, the drugs that he was on, the first night I came in, or the first day I came in, they made him into a very bitter, very nasty man. Um, it wasn't a fun scene. I got in there, and he pretty much belittled me. Pretty much said some things, and I know it was one of those ones where you have to take it with a grain of salt, and you know that it was not him saying it, because the steroids, they really they destroy a filter pretty much, and he becomes this old bitter man. Um, I was telling my mom about the flight and saying that it was a little cramped, but it was a good smooth flight, and my dad pretty much said, "Oh, poor crybaby, you crybaby," and this went on to say something else. And it was one of those things where I think that's what set me off the next night to pretty much break down and not see him. Because yeah, he turned to me, he goes, "You poor crybaby," and it's like, it would have been better received, well better received if you just stayed at home and not come out. And I know that's not the case. It was just one of those things where he's angry. He's so angry right now. Like, he can be so angry with things because he has no control. He has zero control right now because of the cancer. He can't move, he can't do things, and it's slowly killing his brain. Um, he doesn't feel pain up there, so he can't feel anything happening except for when it expands. And he had a coughing fit recently where it hurt his head, like he was holding his head in pain, because it was right there, and it was right there. And every time he coughed, he sit there and say "ow" a lot. It's it's not fun to see a loved one go through that. But yeah, overall, I'm here for another week. I'm going to try and get out and do things. I'm going to hit music bingo again tonight because I got a couple of friends that want to just sort of get me out for the night. And so we're going to hit music bingo. I've got to reserve a spot there. I'm here till pretty much Wednesday, where I fly back and get my kids because I actually had to relinquish my kids for the week to my ex-wife to fly out here. And I'm not missing out on hanging out with them again at this point in time. Um, yeah, watching my mom go through different phases right now, it's horrible. It really is. Um, she pretty much, my dad had some stuff where he had a little thing in the bathtub to help him get into the bathtub, and she removed that, put it on the side, and then she grabbed his walker that they rented and put it on the side and said, "Well, I guess we won't be needing this anymore." And I returned those for her at the Red Cross because they were rentals, and we were a little overdue on that by a day. I think. Yeah, what day is it? It's 28th today. Okay, I don't even know what day it is today. Um, so there's that. This morning, my mom was getting ready to go to the hospital, and she looked at all the pills that my dad has on the table here and moved them aside. Said, "Well, we won't be needing these anymore as well." And she's having a tough time coming to terms with it, but she's dealing with it in her own way. Um, like me, she kind of tears up talking about this kind of stuff. So, but it helps out to talk about it. Um, she's she's strong. The amount of time she's had to spend at the hospital and have a hard time. She spent the night one night, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll spend the night one night, no problem." And they don't have a couch in this private room right now. She had a couch on the fifth floor, and you pull it out and it turns into a bed. She's got a recliner seat right now, which she sleeps in, and she tried to stay the night the other night, and pretty much my dad was a chatterbox, wanted things done, wanted everything done, and wouldn't let my mom sleep. The dude slept all day because of the medication. They double dosed him so he would sleep, and he was awake all night, and pretty much so was my mom. So the next day she's like, "I'm not staying the night. I'm going home." So she came home and laid down and started watching her Coronation Street, and I literally mean started watching until her eyes closed and she was out like a light. Um, she tried watching Coronation Street about 3 times that night because I remember hearing the same line a few times. So it was. She falls asleep to the TV really well, uh, and it's one of those. Crap. There we go. And she just sort of has her moments. Last night she slept for a bit, and then she had a coughing fit about 11:30 last night, and then she fell back asleep. And like she gets about 4 to 6 hours a night. So I've been also here making her food and making sure she eats, and cleaning up after the place. She does the dishes. Like I don't even get a chance to do the dishes. She's on top of those like no one's business. But I've been I separated, like we ordered a bunch of food the other day from Romeo's, and which is damn good. Romeo's is always a solid place to go for food if you're ever here. Um, and I separated it out and I put a bunch in the freezer in small little bags for her so she could pull it out and reheat it in the oven or whatnot because she doesn't have a microwave here. Yeah, a place without a microwave and dishwasher. That's wild. She's got a toaster oven, or I guess a steam oven is what it's called because it actually steams the food, warms it up that way, and it doesn't do it. And I tried that with one of my meals the other day, and boy, did it taste like shit. I thought microwave food was bad. Nope, steam warming up warming up food with a steam oven. I don't ever want to do that again. I'll use a convention. I use the oven underneath to warm my food up next time. Just yeah, that was not an experience I ever want to deal with again. Um, but yeah, I've been dealing as best I can. Um, I've got a few videos that I'm going to try and put up, but rendering on this piece of shit laptop is literally just that. It's a piece of shit. It takes me 2 hours to render a 3-minute video. Just to give you an idea of how slow this damn thing is. So I'm sorry I got you crying too, John. I don't mean to. You know, it's one of those things. Like I said, it's like it's never easy. It isn't. And for the people who've gone through cancer and family who've gone through cancer, they know what this is about. It's fucking horrible. My poor brother. Okay. I don't know if I should be mentioning it or not, but you know, my poor brother has it on both sides right now. His mother-in-law is going through it too. Um, but it's a different style, and we're all looking at it as it is what it is. We're trying to be strong for one another. You know, private could break down. My mom breaks down anytime. You know, she was on the phone with one of our relatives last night, and you can hear the quivering in her voice as she started to tear up, talking about dad. So again, me too. This is the weakest I've been in 3 days. Honestly, it's been the weakest I've been in 3 days. I've been holding it back. So dealing with it in my own way by going out. That's what I do. I go visit my dad. Tim Hortons is there, so that's awesome. I got myself a gift card from Tim Hortons, and the only reason why I bought a gift card and put money on it is because it was a awesome gift card, and I would never ever be able to find it in Calgary. I got myself a Canucks gift card. That sucker's gonna be loaded up many, many times well in Calgary. So yeah, it's just simple things like that. Um, so it's there's a lot going on, and I'm like I said, keeping myself distracted. I brought out 4 beers. That's the collaboration between Dandy and Fernie Brewing, and I brought out a couple of barrel-aged beers from Blind Man. I didn't need to because there's a whole bunch of BC beers that I'm having, but I shared. And you've lost my respect that quick. Well, at least it's not an Oilers one, okay? Yeah. So, um, but I basically brought out some beers and I've been sharing them with some friends. There's a liquor store up the street from me, and they've got some great one-ofs beers and whatnot. And I've picked some of those up, and the guy was really helpful. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bring you a beer. So I brought him one of the Dandy Fernie collaborations and gave it to him. I said, here, thanks for all your recommendations and everything. And give this one a try and let me know. Blind Man Brewing is actually out in Victoria. Who knew? They've actually got a couple beers at the Vessel Liquor Store up the street, and they've got their New England Pale Ale, and they got their Trip Runner Porter. So it was good to see that there's a little bit of Alberta stuff here. Big Rock's got a competition going on down at one of the other liquor stores where you can win a crowler or a growler, insulated growler, and it's kind of cool to see that. But Big Rock also has a brewery in Vancouver, so that's really it's probably from them. Coming out this weekend, who's been through a lot with me. Never have lived an easy life. My parents have never been the most easiest people to live with. My dad has always been on top of the thing. his work always came first. I'm That's the way it was. He was a workaholic, and it was the way I justify it. It was so that we can afford the place that we lived in. He can afford to build it and have this wonderful place for us, and we lived in a beautiful home. It was a one-story bachelor pad that had a lot of old stuff, and he built it into a 2.5 story, um, pretty much $1 million home. I mean, they bought it for 70,000 back in the day, and they sold it recently for 1.2 million. So, but the amount of times he's put mortgages on it, there's a lot to pay off. So it was time. Mom didn't want to leave the house, but Dad started Dad started pretty much a new project with my grandma's house, and that's where we sit right now. Yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done out here, and it's that's one of the reasons why I came out. Is I'm trying to get a handle on some of the stuff that my dad hasn't been able to finish. My brother's out here helping, but he's working, which he needs to. So not having a job right now, it's been kind of a blessing. It's been kind of nice. I honestly feel that it was a good thing to do. Um, it was nice to actually get out here. I probably will be back next month. I might be back next in a couple of weeks. I don't know, but I know that I'm missing my family. I'm missing my wife and my kids right now, and unfortunately, that's the way it is right now. I would love to have my wife come out and be with me right now, but she can't. I love to have my kids out, but they've got school, so pretty much good thing for the internet. We can communicate that way. Uh, so yeah, there's a lot that is going on. There's a lot that's happening. But yeah, like I said, one of my best friends is coming out from Vancouver. He gave me a call last night. He's like, my mom told me about what's going on because they're I've got a lot of friends out here where I've made friends with their families, all their families, their mom, their dads, and whatnot, and they remember who I am. One of them is he's when I take a picture because I have to take a picture of this. His name is Big Ben for a reason. Um, the dude I think is 6'6", 6'7", so I sit at 5'5", so he towers over me. Um, Greatest guy out there, really nice guy. He's been one of my best friends for years, ever since high school. He's been absolutely amazing. He's coming out this weekend, and he says, I want to hang out. I want to see your dad, and I just want to visit. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Um, I've got to give his mom a call back. She's been phoning to see how I've been doing, and I've got to sort of say, look, I'm doing okay, and sort of I have to visit with them too because they are like a second family to me. They were absolutely amazing in my teen years. Um, like I said, I didn't have the most wonderful life, but I've got some of the best support out there that I could ever ask for. Um, yeah, it's having those people in my life is actually kind of nice. I let one of my friends know whose father was in one of these apartments many years ago what was going on because they know my family. Uh, First night out, I met up with one of my good friends. We went to music bingo and we drank and belted out songs for 3.5 hours because that's what you do at music bingo apparently. It was a sight to see, but I don't think I'll ever record it. Well, I've got some stuff that I might actually post because there were some dance offs and whatnot in the main area. It was kind of cool. Something that was kind of fun to watch. Overall, I today's agenda going up to the airport and swapping out my my car because I went with Enterprise and they phoned me that night saying, I'm sorry, we don't have a car for you, but please go to National and pick up your car there. I went, okay, I can try and do that. And I went and did that. And yeah, it was an extra $75 after discounts. And I was like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. So I'm going to go into Enterprise again today, and I've got another week long rental for that $70 off. And I'm going to talk to him and say, look, I had to pay an extra $70 because you guys didn't have a rental. Can we do something about this as well? And see what they say. They might allow it, they might not. Who knows? But yeah, aside from that, everything else, it's going. It really is. It's been actually decent out here for weather. Green grass, yeah, green grass. Um, I'm planning to do some videos of Victoria some more just to keep me distracted after I visit my dad and everything. And I've been in there daily to see how he is. He's either been sleeping or he's had visitors where he's been kind of jovial about things. His slur's gone away a little bit. He had a slur because of his left side. That's right. That's left. And it's been that's kind of gone away. He hates the fact that he keeps getting needles, and I don't blame him. The poor man's like, we're here to give him a shot. He doesn't have IV because his veins have pretty much collapsed, so they can't find a vein. So they're going to look at putting a PICC line in him. Yeah, one of the things I don't ever want to hear. And then, yeah, we're looking at getting him into hospice. They're saying that there's a stomach bug going around in hospice right now, so that's why they may not have a bed. He's low on the list because he has his own private room versus people who are at home. So I don't know if he'll actually be able to get in there. The doctors are pushing for him to be in there because he needs better care than what he's getting in the hospital. Being in an agitated state, he's frustrated. He does things, and then the nurses don't see until later on. So he needs care a little bit better than what he's getting right now. The man hasn't shaved in a few days, so his stubble is getting there. He's getting. It's not nice seeing him go through this. So, but at the same point in time, I know he's getting care, and I know that he's doing better there than he would in his own home right now. He wouldn't be able to move. He wouldn't be able to get out of bed. He'd be trying to get out of bed, rolling, doing whatever he could. And every now and then we'd probably have to pick him up off the floor. So yeah, I will try and keep you guys updated. I'll try and fire out a few videos if I can. I've got one that I've rendered, and I'll try and get it up in the next day or so. To the people I haven't talked to or said anything about, I'm really sorry. I have been very busy. It has been an emotional, trying period. But I know that he's in the best possible place right now. And I'm doing what I can to get things done that he left behind. My brother and I are both trying to do that, and there's a lot of work. There's really a lot of work. The house that he's got right now is raised, and thanks for reviewing. That means a lot, dude. Yeah, the house that we have is raised, and we're paying a certain amount a day right now. We're trying to find contractors to finish it off so we can get it lowered. We're hoping to find something today for that. Like there's a lot of things that have to be done. Unfortunately, it's shit timing, absolute shit timing. So if anyone knows any contractors out in Victoria that's willing to help out to try and get this finished so I can get this damn house lowered, be greatly appreciated. Oops. Oh no. Wait, hang on. I will book. My mom never said anything about YouTube. So it's it's one of those things. So I should be. Thanks, man. You and your family are in my thoughts, my friend. And as review said, take care of yourself, dude. Thoughts are with you. Honestly, guys, thank you. Like this is why some things haven't been going on. This is why you see on my Instagram there's a fuck cancer thing going on. This is why I haven't really been posting on my Facebook page aside from happy sort of thoughts, whatnot of where I've been. Um, been trying to keep it a little concentrated. Not a lot of people watch my videos, the friends and family, so you know, one of those things. Um, show. Thank you, Glenn. Sorry for your loss. My condolences to you and your family. Fuck cancer. Yes, fuck cancer indeed. So yeah, pretty much that's where I'm at right now. Um, I brought out my USB stick so I can listen to music really loudly while driving. So that's been helping me. I've been trying to have some BC beers. There's some wonderful BC beers out here. I actually found the Dandy and Twin Sales collaboration, the Bad Sally, which is the Praline Stout. There's a place out here that had it in their advent calendar, and they just brought out the rest of it that didn't sell in the advent calendar. So I found some, the hidden gem, 4 months later, and I found some. So I've been kind of sharing that with people so that they have it. So to everyone else, thank you guys. I really apologize for my lack of content on social media. I have been trying to work on making more of a presence on social media. I know that with my fuck cancer campaign on Instagram, there's been people that actually have dropped off, and that was kind of strange. But at the same time, drop off because you don't like me making it a personal agenda, whatever. If you can find it, check out Four Winds Nectaris while you're out in BC. Nice and juicy. Oh, it is. It most certainly is. And actually, there is a collaboration from Four Winds. There's a lot of great beers out here. Seriously, a lot of great beers. There's one out here that I found that was called Thunder Buddies. Yes, like the Ted reference, Thunder Buddies. And it was actually kind of fun. It was a good IPA. Um, I've found some great collaborations. I've got all the Twin Seals I need. Speaking of which, new Twin Seals came out, so I got to go pick that up today too. And there's another Twin Seals that's coming out this weekend, and I really, really, really hope I can get it to me before. Actually, no, I can't. Shit. I really hope that one of the stores picks it up before I go because I really want it badly. So I'm hoping that it gets delivered before before I leave, because it's one of those ones that I really would like to have. It is a imperial stout, barrel aged imperial stout with maple, made by Twin Sales. It's the heavyweight champ with maple, and it's coming in at 13.8%. And yeah, no, I still love my beer too much to really quit. But yeah, overall, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm probably, like I said, I'm probably going to be out here in a couple weeks again. It's going to be one of those times where I'll probably be out quite a bit. So who knows? I have no idea. You should try Molson Canadian. It's amazing. I heard it's up there with Boxer Watermelon too. So I have to go return a vehicle right now, but I will try and see if I can do more live broadcasts. I don't want to do it while my mom's here because I don't want to upset her, and I don't want her getting all upset that I'm doing this over the internet to tell what's going on with my family. I know that she feels that it shouldn't be done, but at the same point in time, this is my way of dealing with it. This is my outlet. So, yeah, I'll let you guys know what's going on. I really want to take some videos of Victoria, just share with you in a future video, and I will be. I haven't really been doing much, as I said, reviews. I've got like 3 reviews I've done. I'm posting a second one up soon, and I'm spending time out here not worrying about social media reviews and everything else like that, but I just want to give you guys an update, at least to let you know how things are happening and what's going on. So, folks, I'm going to end it here. Till next time, you know who I am. If you don't, I am Dan, aka PK. It's been wonderful sort of venting. Thank you guys for allowing and watching and staying with me. And for the people I made cry, I'm sorry, not sorry. But yeah, just letting you know what's happening. It's not a pretty scene right now, but I'm doing the best I can. Thanks again for joining and have yourselves a wonderful day. It's sunny out